Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Time with Geri,
Hey
with
y'all,
my, with my co-host, The Flowers.
the flower.
Yeah, welcome to On the Fly.
I thought that went up.
Yes, you did. On the Fly because unfortunately um, Minnesota,
Association of Paranormal
yes, of
Studies.
paranormal studies is not able to make it on. They had a bit of an emergency, an unforeseen circumstance. So it's just going to be David and I tonight. We don't even know if anybody's going to join us this evening.
Don't
Right,
know.
David Flowers?
Right.
So I'm refreshing and then we're going to ride by the seat of our pants. David,
Yeah.
check the chat. What are you doing?
Hey John. John Savage. Yeah, Jerry's refreshing. Don't know why she is.
John Savage. It's Savage time.
How you doing tonight, John? Trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna sharing everything and it doesn't show up.
It's so funny because everything that we do shows up in events.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it does. I saw it for myself. And then you can also create a live video, which I thought was pretty interesting. Um, you could create a live video too, which I thought was pretty interesting.
It's
And
mine's it's not showing up in my events.
oh, Minnesota appeared on investigators in the house. Okay. Well, fortunately, they wasn't able to appear on our show tonight. So it's just it's just going to be us winging it. Um, see, yeah, when I get on when I go to change my privacy, it only puts only me, and I don't understand why it does that, and it won't let me change it either. That's just wild. Hey, you can't um change any of it. That doesn't make sense. Huh. I don't know. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. John Savage said he can't complain. I'm complaining right now because I can't seem to change my Facebook stuff over. I don't understand why this has to be such a pain in the ass every single solitary week when I go on here to try to do stuff. And then the only me just stays on. I can't switch it or anything. It won't let me. So I don't know what's going on with it.
I don't neither.
Oh well. People just have to go to the Vibe Time show and try to catch it. Minnesota Paranormal Investigators is in the house. Yes, you are. While we're sitting over here, the struggle is real. So far, it looks like we have Savage. Let me see.
Oh, got two people. Who's the second one?
I'm trying to edit my live video. I don't know how to. Let me see.
And last night we had a young man on our tour. I think he said he was 16.
Yeah.
Uh, he gave me some hope for the paranormal field. He was really interested in everything we had to say, and he seemed to be taking the ghost hunt pretty seriously. So there may be some hope for the younger generation as far as the paranormal field goes. I was there for a
Yeah,
while. I get kind of scared.
yeah, but a lot of people that come on the tour, a lot of the young people, they're really interested in. So funny because everything that we do shows up.
Really?
Well, I'm trying to change it. There's a lock on my. I can't. It's showing up on my page, but it's showing only me. And then when I go in here to edit it, edit post, it stays on only me. It's like I don't know how to get that feature off, and it's frustrating. Savage, I don't know how to fix it. You're the technical person. Shouldn't be like that on Facebook because I should be able to see everything I'm doing. I mean, what's the point on having my show if only I can see it? And I shouldn't have to copy the link every week and paste it into my wall. I mean, this is just dumb. There's got to be an easier way,
Yeah, I'm able to share it. So
because I'm sure that everybody that's not on my um I'm sure that people that are on my Facebook, they're not all on my Hey Tina, they're not all on my they don't all come to Vibe Time. They go to my page and look for it and then they can't find it.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm having issues with it and it doesn't make sense. So I'm the type of person I'll sit here this entire fucking hour trying to figure out how to fix my shit.
well, don't do it. You need to start talking,
I am
and
talking.
not about and not talk about freaking technical difficulties.
Well, John Savage is having technical difficulties too, so it's got to
But
be something in the
he's not
air.
spending the whole show talking about it.
I'm not spending the whole show talking about it.
You just said you were
No, I'm not.
until you figure it out.
Well, I can multitask and you won't even know.
Yeah, right. How's everybody doing tonight? How you doing, Tina? Come knock your sister upside her head. Straighten her out.
There's no straightening me out. You should know better.
But anyhow, like I was talking before somebody rudely interrupted me, talking about technical difficulties. Yeah. Yeah, no, she's not saying nothing now. Yeah, but I was starting to get a little bit discouraged with the younger generation as far as paranormal investigating goes. Because to me, it seems like, and it might just be my group of friends, it seems like the only paranormal investigators out there are 45 and above.
Well, you got Forgotten Explorations, but they're getting old too.
Yeah, you go super old. They're what, 25, 26?
Yeah. See, Tina's just as bad as I am. She's like, it's not showing up on your Facebook page. She's just as bad.
You don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, but Forgotten Explorations, I mean, yeah, they're getting older too. But it was nice to have a kid on the tour last night that was interested in investigating and took it very seriously.
Yeah, he did.
Bought the book and all.
Yeah. And we've had a couple of kids here recently. Like when I say kids, I mean under 18 kids.
Yeah.
So we there may be hope for the field yet.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
It's nicer when, younger people are interested in it and they take it very seriously.
yeah. And I
That's
could already tell he's going to be just like us. 'Cause we told him the body camera, the voice recorder, just
hmm
keep it basic. But I could already tell he gonna be buying all that other gadgets too when he gets a chance.
Yeah, we were talking to him about our um graveyard of equipment that
Gadgets.
we have.
Yeah. And like I was telling him last night, it's to me it seems like all the gadgets that are out there right now, they're all pretty much the same. They just got a little bit different packaging, a little different bell or whistle on it,
Yeah,
but everything has all been done. It seems like, and as far as stuff that was specifically made for paranormal, yeah, there are a few things out there that John Savage he gets, and it's pretty cool. Like that what's that globe with the electricity, and you touch it, and whatever that thing is. He got some stuff that wasn't necessarily made for paranormal, but it works or it
right.
seems to work, and that's pretty cool. But as far as the equipment that is just it's quote unquote made for paranormal, everything's pretty much the same anymore.
Yeah,
Think that tripwire that was a little bit on the thinking outside the box, but still it's still just like a few other things, but just this one it was made better.
yeah, yeah.
And hopefully somebody one day will come out with uh, something that totally brand new that people haven't seen before or used before, and it'll be a breakthrough. But I'm not holding high hopes for that. I'm
Right.
really not. And one thing I do like seeing is when you can get multiple groups together that actually share ideas, share information without trying to one up each other, trying to be the next Zach Baggins or something.
Right.
I know you don't quote unquote believe in para unity, and for the most part, I don't either. I believe in the idea of it. Yeah, John, go ahead. I'll send a link in the chat room. Okay. And guest copy. And on the round table. Hey, there. There, I just sent John a link.
Works for me. But yeah, I mean that is nice. But it's nice too um, when we're on the tour and families get together and do little investigations. Also,
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
what's
John, how
that
you going?
Hey, how's it going?
from
Good.
Minnesota? Oh,
Representing Minnesota.
By way of Virginia.
Go Vikings. So what's going on?
Not a
hot
whole
out.
lot.
It's
Not a
hot.
lot.
Did you
Yeah,
have to
it's
work in the heat? I
no, I
did.
no, I was off yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Oh, nice. It was hot.
Yeah,
Hot.
it was
Must be nice.
it was hot. Hey,
Yeah.
I got a new ghost hunting device for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. Is it going to go down in the ghost hunting hall of graves?
No,
Oh,
no, no. You know how I like to think outside the box.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I saw this on TikTok and it was totally cool. You know those old fashioned scales where it had the
Yeah.
two little things on the side?
Uh-huh.
Use that as a trigger device because
Okay.
they're sensitive enough where even the slightest wind or movement or whatever will adjust the balance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw that and I went, we could do that.
You got them?
No, I'm going to go look for it on TikTok. Not TikTok. Amazon a little bit later.
So regular scales?
Yeah, just a regular scales. You know that has the two little pods on the side, and it
Yeah,
you
like the
can
scales of justice.
Yeah, the
exactly,
counterweight scales.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you just have it just sitting there, just totally empty, and see if a an entity can touch it and just move it just enough.
That's interesting.
Again, always you gotta always think outside the box. And just as
Yeah.
you were saying earlier, there's so much garbage. You know, everyone's repeating the same crap that's out there.
Yeah.
It's the same piece of crap, just packaged different.
Mhm.
Yes, this is true.
So
So,
I said, as far as the equipment that was quote unquote made for ghost hunting, the only thing I've seen in a while that I think was really smart, and I wish it was my idea, but it wasn't, was my REM pod, where you take the regular antenna out and you put a cable on it and clip the cable to a steel pan or steel
mhm.
tray, and you put your trigger object on there, and it basically turns that trigger object into the antenna for the REM pod.
Yeah, oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I thought that was super smart when I saw that. And like I said, I wish it was my idea, but I'm I'm the only one that I know of that has one. I I talked to Ron at Booze Paranormal, and he made one for me,
Hmm.
and he got a couple others made that he's selling for as doing a beta test.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's really the only quote unquote new piece of equipment that I've seen that really trips my trigger. Because
Yeah,
everything else is, I've got everything else, just different bells and whistles.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I just
I think the at least in the technological field of the paranormal is has stagnated.
Yeah,
No one is really advancing the idea of making some sort of device to measure. Well, let me rephrase this. How can you measure something that we don't know anything about?
true.
You know, and that's the problem. So that's why it takes, you know, folks like us who's been doing this forever and a day to excite the next generation in making devices that would help aid the process of the paranormal.
Yeah.
I mean, I really do believe AI has potential for the paranormal field.
I'm
How?
not going to sit here and say no, it doesn't, because I don't know near enough about AI. But the thing about it, though, and it's just my uneducated opinion, the thing about it is the A part of AI, artificial.
Yeah, but here's how I look at it with AI. It's taking the data, and that's the key word, the data that we put into it to generate something. Right now, it's a lot of videos and images, which I think can be helpful.
Hmm.
I'm just not sure how we could take AI and make it work for the paranormal. That's the trick. I have a couple ideas, but I just can't get the thoughts in my brain to actually work together to come up with a good concept
Yeah.
just yet.
Yeah. And one piece of equipment that I think has potential
Yeah.
is the EDI.
Yes.
My complaint about the EDI is that you have to go to a website to
Download it.
figure out, yeah, figure out what what they're giving you.
I like the EDI, except it's missing a lot of different parameters that I would use. I would look for. I'm
Yeah.
not really care. I don't care about you know what the pressure is in the atmosphere. I think that has like zero effect on a haunting location. What I would look at is sound, EMF, definitely EMF, um, temperature, because I think there is something with temperature, but also um, if it does like EMF readings, what are it? How can I phrase it? If you have an EDI that can do EMF readings like they do with the tripwire and combine it into a graph, I think that would be helpful. So
Yeah.
you can see the numbers change. You know,
Yeah. And one thing, if if it could, what the hell am I trying to say here? Take that atmospheric energy, the energy in the atmosphere at that time.
if it can measure like the tri-field meters used to measure
Hmm.
with with that type of setting and put into a graph, I think that would be awesome.
A graph that you didn't have to go to somebody's website to download.
Yeah.
If you just plug it into your own computer and it pops up saying atmospheric energy is this level, level is this level.
I
That's what I'd love that.
actually I think with that device, I think you can use Excel to view the graph
Hmm.
because I think it saves it as a Excel program. I'll look into that. I'll pull mine out of my bag and check it out.
Because like I said, the one time I tried looking at mine, I couldn't read it. Of course, now I might not have had the right version of Excel on my computer.
Yeah. Don't hold me to that, but I will find out for you. Give me a couple days.
I was going to say we haven't used that in a while,
Yeah,
quite a
I got
You
while.
see, I
yeah,
I haven't
I
I
don't
haven't
have a
used a
battery
lot
in
of.
it.
Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff I have, I don't use anymore. I might use my trimeter. I use my portable EVP recorders, maybe the tripwire, but it's just, my Thurman, I'll use that if there's a power source that I can plug that into in a amplifier, but that's
Oh,
about it, really.
what was that piece that I was trying to say? That globe that has electricity and you touch it and a lightning bolt goes to your finger.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I have that.
it's like a Tesla coil.
Yeah,
Yeah. God, I'm drawing a blank.
yeah,
I can't think of it, but
because
uh,
the majority of what I consider to be really cool paranormal equipment wasn't even made for paranormal.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's stuff on TikTok that I've been watching where you can make your own um, sonic radar. It only goes out maybe 10 feet, if that, maybe 5 feet max. And it's something you can build on your own. And I think doing stuff like that and trying it out is helpful. But again, you have to think about what are you actually trying to measure? What are you trying to capture?
Is it radar or sonar?
You know what? I'm going to go look for you. Let me grab my phone. Okay, where's my TikTok? I You gotta love TikTok.
Yeah, they got all
It
kinds of stuff.
let's see. That's a parking sensor. Let's see. Oh, it's a lidar detection, is what it is.
LiDAR. Okay.
It's,
Huh.
I don't know if that can. I don't think
Yeah.
it can.
Yes, Tina, it's the static ball that we're talking about.
Let's see if that does it. So you have a homemade
Yeah.
lidar detector, and you put blocks in front of it, and each time there's a block, it'll change the color. So something like that can be used
Hey,
for
Paul.
Yeah.
paranormal if we believe that a spirit can have mass and the lidar is picking it up and all that is just laser beams being shot out like a radar.
Yeah.
If it touches something that has some sort of mass, it should reflect back in theory.
That would be cool.
Yeah. How you doing tonight, Paul?
Hey, Paul. Yep, lidar. Yep. I
If
mean,
I
it's
was,
it's like the stuff on the Teslas. That's all I think ultrasonic. And there's been reports, take it for what it's worth, of people taking their Tesla into a cemetery, and it will pick up an image of someone walking around the cemetery, and that's using the sensors on a Tesla. You know how that would work in the paranormal field, I'm not sure because I think that's a lot of coding, and you have to have a display. Yeah, that's above my intelligence level, but there's potential in that application.
Yeah.
so when are you going to make it?
Yeah, yeah, I'll get right on it.
Please do. Hurry up.
Yeah.
I'll get
I'm
right on
surprised you're
it.
sitting on it as long as you have, because you're not one that does that sort of thing.
What, sit on an idea and not do anything? Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Ask Anita; she'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah. My problem is I got things that go up in my head, but there's a break in the road when it comes to getting it out my fingers.
Oh yeah. See, in my mind, I've already built it, designed it, did a revision on it, and retired.
Yeah.
So TikTok has the how to. Is it the D? Is it a
It is.
DIY or?
Yeah, I mean it's a page that I usually go to watch because they come up with some really cool ideas on electronics. How to do how to make a homemade parking sensor. By using like a breadboard and Raspberry Pi stuff, and yeah, programming. Yeah, okay, I'm getting geeky. Yeah, I know.
And
Well,
it's really I, I guess frustrating might be an okay word for it,
Hmm.
where I see everybody and their brother, they're out there making ghost hunting equipment, and everything is exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just buy one of the devices and just disassemble it. See
Yeah,
how it works, and then if you have a 3D printer, you can print a new box for it and slap everything in
yeah,
there. I mean, most of the
yeah,
stuff is very easily made. I mean, you can
yeah,
if you have some sort of technical background, learning how to read
yeah.
schematics and things like that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can make that stuff.
Work as soldering iron.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And they make the kits nowadays where people they just buy a bunch of kits and put them all together and sell them for God knows how much money.
yeah, but it comes back down to what is it that they're trying to actually measure. And I think the majority of the people out there who are making these devices, um, there are some exceptions to the rule, really don't have a clue. They're just regurgitating what's already out there in the market to try to make money.
Yeah.
And like Paul said, most of it's crap. It is.
Hmm.
yeah.
Now there are some apps. I know I'm not a big fan of apps, but there's a couple of apps that I've been monkeying with, which I think it has potential because it uses the microphone off of the phone to do EVPs and things like that. But but the things like ghost hunting detectors for iPhones or Androids, they don't
Yeah.
know. No.
Yeah. And every one of them has that little disclaimer for entertainment purposes only.
Oh God, yeah.
And my big issue with apps with the with the program word bank aside, other than that one, because we all know what I think about that.
Yeah.
But with all the apps, what is to say that when they download whatever information into your phone to get that app to your phone, they're not also downloading the software to record you.
Yeah.
And they've got their computer in there regenerating what you're doing to um, to make you think you got a ghost.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I mean,
Because
there's go ahead.
how many times have you talked to your friend about something, just face to face talking about something, and then you go check your Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and all of a sudden you see an advertisement for what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
That's
scary there.
true.
I mean, there's one app that I've been working with. It's called Ghost Paranormal Science Toolkit. I'll see if I can.
Okay.
Oh, it's backwards on it. Oh, okay. Um, and it has. I mean, it has EVP, ITC. Um, if your phone has lidar, it will turn on the lidar function, kind of like what uh, the XCam does. So there is potential out there with um, the cell phones, but again, you have to be very careful on how it's being used and take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, this one so far I'm impressed. I like it. I've taken it out here in the fort. I've gotten some really good stuff with it, but it is a program. You know, I don't know the codes behind it, so I got to shrug my shoulders and go, it's got potential. And yeah, like Tina said, yeah, the phones are spine. Yeah,
Hmm. Phones, Alexas, all of it.
I mean it's like today, um, the headlight lens on my truck came off, just the lens part. I have no idea how. So I just did a Google search for lens, and next thing I know, I get an email saying from a car company, "Hey, we see you're looking for a headlight assembly for your '94 Dodge." It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, that kind of freaked me out. I went, no.
Huh. It's scary that they monitor stuff that closely.
Yeah. It is.
What else do they monitor?
Exactly. What else do they monitor? So, but no, I think there's going to be people out there who are trying to make something to be usable for the paranormal field. Unfortunately, they haven't done it yet. And that's why I said before, I'm going back to old school. I'm going back to what I used when I first started, Polaroid camera, instant cameras, point and shoot 35 millimeter film. Because that was the stuff that we use
Hmm.
as evidence, with 35 millimeter film, unless you went into a dark room and to superimpose images on the actual photograph, which can happen. Um, you know, that was stuff that we use as evidence to share with other investigators. This is the evidence we have. Here's the photographic evidence.
Yeah.
Where now it's like, oh, you got something? Okay, where'd you get it? Off your iPhone? Well, you can have Adobe Lighthouse on your phone and change everything within 30 seconds. And you don't have any hard proof. You don't have that hard physical copy like with negative films.
Right.
So there is drawback with technology.
Yeah.
And that's why I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going back old school.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I still like my body camera.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm with you. I love my body camera. That's
Yeah.
that's the best $150 I've spent is buying
Hmm.
that Bob Love body camera.
Well,
And as far as old school 35 millimeter film, I like it, but it had it's way too limited for me.
Well, and that's where learning photography, at least for me, came into play because it made me understand, what how the aperture works, the focal point, the speed of the camera, the film. Like you had like your AS 800, 400s, 200s, and that was how much light it would capture at a certain speed under certain lightings, and that made a world of difference. using infrared film.
Mhm.
I mean, look at the photograph from Bachelor's Grove from back in, was it the late 90s?
Hmm.
They use an infrared film, 35 millimeter, to capture that image of that woman sitting on the gravestone.
Yeah. And that infrared film just totally skipped my mind there. I forgot all about that.
So, again,
Do they still make it?
oh yeah, you can still get them. They're spendy,
Yeah.
but you have to, keep the film in a cool environment while you're transporting it. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to take it out in midsummer and take pictures during the daylight because it's nothing's going to happen. So you have to do it at night when it's cool enough and
Right.
not overexpose the film. But yeah, I mean, back then with spirit photography, you had to learn either by trial and error, by researching, by reading on how to do photography, understand the basics of photography. Same thing with EVPs. You have to learn how the sound works, how it travels through the air, and how the thickness of the air does change the frequency of the sound, and the whole 9 yards. And people just don't do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. They take the shortcut, push a button and go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I do miss my old tape recorder. I used to have one of those MIDI tape recorders, like little mini
Yeah.
cassettes.
I've got one of those somewhere
Yeah.
downstairs.
I had a Radio Shack, the big Radio Shack ones, the long
Mhm.
ones
Hmm.
with an external mic that took, I think it was C cells or D cell. And I would walk around the cemetery holding it by the handle like a reporter,
Yeah.
and that was the thrill of it. I mean, that
Yeah,
that was something cool because if you captured something, you had something that was a hard physical evidence
Yeah.
right.
versus the digital.
Yeah, because this
Which,
one's not digital.
I mean, I love
Mm-mm.
digital EVPs. I mean, I think the quality is great. The microphones are really good. Not as good as what we had back in the 1990s, late 90s, early 2000s with the IC recorders,
Yeah.
but still, I mean, getting something on a regular tape,
Yeah,
and yeah, it was frustrating where you hear it, you have to hit rewind, stop, play. Yeah, that was kind of irritating, but you know what? It was worth it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I remember back in 1987,
yeah. I got it
I, w-
somewhere.
I was in Egypt and I had the opportunity to go to the pyramids and I got to go inside one of the pyramids and I had my
Mm.
little mini tape recorder with the cassette and I'm in there. I'm asking some questions and unfortunately there were other people in the chamber with me because it's not I didn't have sole access to it or anything like that. It was a tour, and so there were other people in the chamber with me. But when I listened to it back, I did hear a
Hmm.
couple of voices that was not speaking English,
Yeah.
and I thought that was just so cool.
I mean, the drawback with the old tape recorders is you would end up 4 or 5 tape cassettes laying around,
Yeah,
and you had side A, you had side B. You could let it run for hours, and then you might capture something, but you had to make sure you set your counter correctly to find the exact moment.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, that was just a pain in the backside to use to document. But you know, it is what it is.
yeah. And then you had to, and you couldn't reuse the tape because of the chance of
how that would
contamination.
contaminate. Yeah,
Yeah, but you know what? My experience with that is even if you had a good magnet and you ran it over the tape, which would demagnetize the ribbon itself, you it will still wipe everything out. So even if you over record it, the chances of having a bleed through, it does happen, but it's not as much as everyone thinks it would. I mean, the old teal the real big machines, yeah, they had issues with bleed over if you try to record over another recording. It almost acts like it was kind of dub everything, but you know, we live, we learn.
True. And I've got those mini tapes somewhere too. A whole thing of them.
I mean, I remember
That's so funny.
using the old VH cameras, the real big honker ones, the big
Yeah,
Panasonics.
Yeah.
You know, you have like 4 or 5 cassettes. You buy like a pack of 6 from Walmart,
got those too. I do. I got
and
shit laying all over around.
again, I think that technology is still viable to use in the paranormal field versus what we have now. It's all digital. I think a lot of the stuff that's digitalized, the processors are removing a lot of the information that it's receiving to give us a clear picture or a clear sound.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm using Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm first to admit I use Audacity.
Mm-hmm.
I clean up my recordings, but how much of the actual recording am I cleaning up or just getting rid of?
Yeah. Well, that's why. I mean, I still use a program called Acoustica, and that was 1996, and I still use it to this day. And what I do is I just keep the original file as a raw file,
Hmm.
unedited, and then once I edit it, I'll do like we'll call it like Spooky Room One edited, Spooky Room 1A edited 2, so you know how many times it's been edited with different changes. And you can
Yeah,
Right.
compare it to the original raw file.
yeah,
Yeah, again, it's more work. You have more multiple files you have to keep on your hard drive, but you know what? That's part of the process of being an investigator.
Right.
yeah,
Showing your evidence, showing the raw, and showing what you found after you cleaned up all the background noise.
yeah,
And again, I think that's where AI is going to come into play, especially with the audio. Not much as for the video, but more of the audio. I mean,
we'll
maybe
see.
with AI, have it set up on a tape recorder or laptop or whatever, have an AI program running while it's doing an auto recording and see what it can interpret that it's receiving from the EVP session. No, just a thought.
Yeah, I wish I knew somebody that was smart enough to come up with something like that. I wish I knew them personally, where I would know their integrity,
Yeah.
because I don't know anybody that smart, and somebody comes up with that kind of technology, my mind's going to go, well, did they program something in there?
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's where documentation comes into play if you're going to build something. Document how you're building it. Unfortunately, with technology, you really don't know unless you do programming,
Hmm.
and you can look at the whole program code to determine if they're being legit or if they're sneaking us something inside that program on a command line saying, do this instead. You know, you just got to take it for what it's worth and field test it. Field test the daylights out of it until you feel confident that you can say, hey, you know what? This has promise. It's viable to use this on an investigation,
Yeah,
and then have other people use the same setup, document their results. It's just like doing a drug study. You need to have everyone involved trying it out and giving feedback. This works, this doesn't work, this is our results, this is what we didn't get.
yeah,
Hmm. Hall Schultz says Adobe has a great one, but it's a subscription fee
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
subscription every month.
That's Adobe. Everything on Adobe
Yeah,
is subscription.
damn near have to have a subscription just to say the word.
Yeah. Adobe. Oh, I gotta go subscribe now. Let me go
Yeah,
get my credit card.
yeah.
They just charged me $20 for that.
Unfortunately, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, when is Minnesota coming back?
Probably not until October because I have no openings until then. But I
If,
told them probably October because I have nothing available.
gotcha. Did you get that message I sent for you to contact Diana Palm?
Yes, I did. I still got to contact her too. I've
Okay.
got her name written down on my to-do list.
Let her know you're my buddy
Okay.
because she. I'll give you a quick story background on her. You'll love this. She was actually a client of mine, and her house was haunted in Stillwater, Minnesota. And so I started doing my mediumship at her house and stuff. And I don't know what I said or what I did, but she stopped doing her job to become a life coach and a medium,
Nice.
and that's all she does now.
That's cool. Yeah, I try to when I'm looking for guests on the show, I try not to send something out too far ahead of time because I
Mm-hmm.
know I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Like if I brought her on the show looking at October months, um it would be more towards the probably the end of October. And to me that's so far
Oh,
people
that's perfect.
forget, and it's like,
Oh no, she's on that stuff. Don't
yeah,
worry about that.
yeah.
I mean, she taught me a couple of things, and she taught me how to do scribing or scribing,
Oh yeah, I like doing that.
where
Scrying.
yeah, scrying. And
Yeah.
what she did was she sat me down on a table with a candle between
Hmm.
her and I. Room's totally dark, and you focus on the face, but you look at her, but you let your mind look past her,
Yes.
and you can see the past lives being superimposed on her face. And I'm sitting there going, all right, this is a bunch of bullshit. Let me try. Sorry, this is a bunch of crap. Let me try this. And Diana, she's quite pleasant on the eyes. I'm not gonna. Yeah, Anita's even the wife's going, uh-huh. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her. The room's dark. We got a little candle in front of us. Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I literally jumped out of my seat because I was not prepared for what I saw. And I'm like, this is another technique that should be used during paranormal investigations.
Yeah. I used one time, and then I used my own mirror and lit a candle, and I was looking at, it was amazing how many different faces was
Mm-hmm.
there, and they were creepy. Some of them were creepy, and I was like, holy shit. And I had to stop.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I was not a believer in that until she taught me how to do that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
now I tried doing it with the mirror, and the mirror broke. So I figured, I must be that ugly, or that the image that was coming through was really ugly, and it just broke the mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, I got to get Paul Shields back on.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah. It's always nice to have Paul Shields on too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll get you on there. I mean it's nice, and what you were talking about, how she taught you a couple things. I think that's nice too when people can learn off of each other and bounce different ideas off of each other, like David and I were talking about earlier. Instead of people trying to always pull everybody down, or I'm better than you, or my idea is better than yours. It's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
you know it's learning. And that's what I told one of my clients today when I was out on the farm. I'm like, I try to learn something about energy work every day, something new every day. I take it so seriously. And you know you're never too old to learn anything.
Yeah.
And you're never too good enough, as far as I'm concerned, to learn something from somebody else.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
I mean, I think you'd be amazed of, if you talk to another paranormal group or what have you, they might have some ideas and you might say, you know what, that's a bunch of BS. But later on, something might come up during an investigation, and that conversation that you have with that person or group, you'll go, what, that might be an idea I could use for this
Mhm.
case. So,
Mhm.
never poo-poo it, but just don't down talk other groups.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Except for the one that tried to steal our tour. That's the only one I'm going to down
Oh,
talk, and that's it.
Okay, okay.
Damn it.
So, that group,
Yeah.
U.S. Ghost Adventures, whatever it's called. All right. The Park Service here has apparently, from what I've been told, has sent a letter to them to cease and
Good.
desist, sorry, or decease. Um, they have instructed the security patrol that if they see them doing tours here, they are to be trespassed and prosecuted.
Nice.
And I have noticed that they they're not advertising Fort Monroe anymore.
Good.
Oh, did they
They're
take it down, or they're
yeah,
hiding it?
they're advertising Yorktown now.
Time to take them. Time to take them down. I mean,
Oh,
they are a scam. I mean, it is a scam.
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I don't understand when I'm going up under people under their comments. Oh, I loved your tour. The tour guide was fantastic. And I'm going,
Okay, that is AI. If you look at some of the images that they have, you can tell some of it was taken at Williamsburg.
yeah,
You can tell that some of there's an image of a guy holding a lantern with people next behind him. That's an AI generated photo. And if you look at their pages, they have, as seen on, the Today Show and stuff like that. All that is, they just take the logos from companies, put it on the scroll, and put it on the website, and it gives you the illusion that they've been showcasing all these big shows. They haven't.
mm,
It takes a BSer to see a BSer, and that's a BSer.
yeah.
Well, next week we've got Mr. John Snowball Stevens.
Damn, is it that much time already?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I hope they get arrested too.
Yeah, that was in the comment that the Park Service said.
Yeah. Because they shouldn't be trying to do shit like that. It's redonkulous.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely redonkulous.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe time flew by just that quick.
Yeah.
The hell? John Savage comes on and time goes boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule.
Oh yeah,
to come on.
I was just sitting here playing on my Xbox. It's like, let me go jump on.
Vibe time on a fly. That's David's new. Anytime you see that title, Vibe time on a fly, y'all know the deal.
Grab a microphone and jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, next week we got John Stevens be talking about all the different paranormal events in the state of Virginia, and more than likely we'll get a history lesson as well.
Yeah, we love our
Really,
snowball.
Yeah, he's really good at that history stuff.
Yeah. And then we'll have metaphysical hour the following week, and that's
Yeah,
going to be on a fly.
yeah. And who do we have on the 29th?
Hold on, I got to get back to my schedule. Nathan.
Oh, Nathan. That's right. Nathan Ewell.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to have a good rest of the month.
Yeah. Don't ask me about metaphysical hour, folks. It's probably going to be on dreams or something like that. Different dreams and dream states and what do you call it? Interpretation, because people keep asking about it.
See, I had a dream once that I was floating in water. Then I realized I just pissed the bed.
Well, on that note, everybody have a good night.
Yes, thanks for tuning in, Paul, Tina. We'll see y'all later.
See you next week.